Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk about packing and how to pack and kind of plan for your travel. So I'm going to kind of go based off of what my last trip was, which was I went to Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park, and Vegas. So the first thing I would look at was the weather. I usually don't look until like the week before just to get an idea because it can change drastically within a few weeks, which is what I've learned previously. After taking a look at the weather, I'd also make a list of things to bring. So for this trip, the weather varied drastically. First, I was in Bryce Canyon, which was 40 degrees. There was snow on the ground, and it was pretty cold and pretty cloudy. So in that case, I would pack warmer clothes. And for Zion, it ranged from 50 degrees to 75 degrees. So in that instance, I basically would, I would dress appropriately, but I would layer with like a tank top, a long sleeve shirt, things that I could pull off and keep walking, because if you're on the same hike, there's really nothing to do. You could bring a backpack and take off your sweatshirt or put it around your waist. Next, I would be going to Vegas, so I definitely would want to be dressed a little bit nicer than I would for a hiking trip. So I would bring dresses, bathing suits since the pool was open and it was around 80 degrees or so. So after making a list of things like this, sometimes I'll write like a group of things and then be more specific. So I did like makeup. I wrote mascara, lipstick, eyeshadow, chapstick, toiletries, hairbrush, straightener, makeup wipes. I usually buy shampoo, conditioner, and body wash all on the road because I really don't like having them in my bag just in case it explodes, whatever. I just buy a travel size when I'm there, use it all, and then it's gone, so I can come back with none of that. And like I try to not weigh down my bag as much as possible too. I would also bring a razor. The next one, shoes. I was in all different sorts of places like you've heard, so I definitely need hiking shoes. I needed tennis shoes. A decent pair of cute walking shoes for Vegas, and I like to have one pair of heels so I can go out like that when we dress up to go to a nice dinner or something. I also did shirts. For shirts, I did tank tops, a nicer shirt that I could wear in Vegas, and then just a bunch of like sweatshirts and stuff like this for hiking. It doesn't really matter what you look like when you're hiking. With hiking, I also did decide to pack one of these because it gets really cold in Bryce, like I said, and then it was very sunny in Zion. I'm very fair skinned, so I like to wear a hat. I also like to wear a pair of sunglasses, and if I decide to pack sunblock, I usually wear sunblock. Sometimes I'll buy that once I'm in there too. So the next thing I would do would be to pack my toiletries. So I have my toothbrush, I have my razor, mouthwash, and if you are going to pack any of your toiletries in your carry-on bag, then you need to be very careful about that because they only allow like 3 ounces or less per bottle of something. So usually if it's something like this, I'll stick it into my suitcase. As far as medications go too, like for example, my naproxen, it's a prescription, and so they like to see the actual label on there. You don't want to keep that off. And I like to also keep it in a clear bag like this so I can zip it up, and in case there's any questions, they can see right through it. They appreciate that. So I would just stick that in my suitcase. And when it comes to folding clothes, I roll my clothes like that. So these would be a pair of like legging yoga pants that are my hiking pants. So I roll them and I can fit more into my bag that way, which I'm very fortunate for because I'd rather bring a couple extra pairs of pants and be able to fit everything in. And even for a dress, like this would be a dress that I'd wear to Vegas, I can still roll it and it won't get wrinkled or anything, and it allows for more room in the bag, which is really nice. Now as far as for packing for my shoes and stuff, I usually pack it in this section right here. And shoes, like I said, I do heels for Vegas. These are the walking shoes I'd wear on the strip during the day, so I'm still comfortable. Tennis shoes, and then I usually have a pair of hiking shoes, but I need a new pair because I just threw them away. So those would go in there too, and it's nice to keep them separate so then they don't get dirty or get my clothes dirty or anything. Then we also have all of my like undergarments, so like my bathing suits, underwear, bra, whatever you need. I keep that separate up here, and it's easy because I can just shove them in there. As far as socks go, those need to be in there too. And I pack up a variety of socks just because of what I did this trip per se. Like, so I'll have like thinner socks for Vegas, and where it's hot, and then Bryce Canyon was cold, so I packed a pair of thicker socks, which is always something that's nice to take into consideration. Also, for my carry-on bag, I like to take pictures, so I usually put that in my carry-on bag because it is an expensive piece of equipment, so I like to keep it in my bag just in case, because I wouldn't mind losing my clothes as much as this camera. I also have an inhaler. So these inhalers, for some reason, aren't labeled with my prescription on there. So what I read on the website, and I'm sure every flight's different, they usually don't give you a hard time for an inhaler, but they do like to see that labeled prescription on there. So I kept this in my bag in case they had any questions. And also make sure if you are packing any technology, they do have the same issue as far as with technology sometimes, and batteries. So you should definitely check and make sure if you have any lithium batteries, those can't come on the plane. I also pack a bag of, this is some of my GoPro stuff. Like it has like a selfie stick, a little tripod, and different things, and all my chargers for every device that I will need, and my headphones and all that. I pack in one bag, super simple, and just put it in the suitcase too. And I think that's it for now. Thanks, guys.